What's going on, y'all? This is Alexander. You are plugged into the Nerd Companion. What's going on, y'all? This is Alexander from the Nerd Companion coming at you with the ClashCast, going over 2020 Royal Rumble card. I got my boy AD Hodge right here. Tell us who you are, A.
Yes, sir. This your boy AD Hodge, stand-up comedian out of Houston, Texas. I run a show every other Tuesday at the secret group called For the Culture. You'll probably see it tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So it's free. Come have you a good time. It's a nice first date. Come get your tickle. Let us work for you.
So, how long you been a wrestling fan?
I was 7 years old when I started watching wrestling. I'm
Yeah.
32, going on 33 in August.
Okay. Who was your favorite wrestler as a kid?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. And
Man, yeah.
I'm like, Texas. I'm straight Texas.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like HBK, handing the torch to him, definitely he was Attitude Era. Like that was
Yeah.
For sure. Man, okay. So you watched the Royal Rumble, huh?
I watched some of the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
I had to work that night. I was working that night, so I was in between the Royal Rumble. I'm like, I'm trying to get my jokes together, but but when I was able to catch, I was very satisfied.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. It's hard not to be good whenever you have that much talent in the WWE. I feel like the WWE has so much talent now. It's just so concentrated.
You could blame you. I don't want to trouble your fans, but you could thank Tony Khan from that. You could thank Tony Khan for that. From an aspect of one thing Tony was able to do was before he started adding the New Japan guys and things like that. He was able to create a versatile roster, and everybody was willing to do everything. And if like the cruisers will face each other, they know how to put on classics. What's the difference that we're going to see is the storytelling. Being able to use this talent and expand their storytelling. Now, some guys are going to get left behind, but we know that's the nature of business. Just to see what and that's one thing we love about the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble can tell these futuristic or foreshadowing stories that contributes not only just to WrestleMania, but storylines that can help further or create storylines towards the end of the year.
Yeah. I really felt I got a good glimpse of that this year coming back in and watching, because like you said, you start seeing like the little exchanges between the other wrestlers, and you're going like, "Ooh, that could be a feud later. That could be a feud where they got something cooking right there." Right. So, I think that we talked about. I met you at a show before. Whenever you went on, I was wearing an AEW shirt, and then we immediately started talking about AEW and our top stars. Who's your top three in AEW right now?
Top three in AEW right now is Swerve. Despite the booking, and it's hard to have this conversation without discussing the booking because the booking is so questionable. But if it's if it's people that I want to watch, I would say it'll be Swerve. It's a hard pause because
he's in mine. He's in my top three.
Yeah, it's Swerve, and it's just anybody that's on top for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, outside of Swerve, who is being consistently put as the guy or getting ready to be the guy. I mean, I can say Bobby Lashley, but how long that's gonna last?
Right.
And who I was looking forward to seeing a lot more this year. I mean, I'm kind of seeing him, but I'm not. Is Hook, and that's because his booking is questionable.
Yeah, I feel like they have so much talent. I think they have more than WWE. Like they're just so deep and so little TV time. You can hardly get everything you want on the screen, let alone tell a story. You know what I mean? Yeah. I definitely have to go Swerve. Swerve is probably number one. Number two is going to be Ospreay. I love Omega. I just don't give that man a microphone.
No. Same problem we got with Ricochet. That's the same problem we have with Ricochet right now. It's just, and it's forced. It's forced at this point. And Swerve is trying his damnedest. You got to give Swerve a round of applause for trying.
Swerve is so natural, though. He's so he's literally everything. He's so natural. He's in his own groove. Like he knows how to speak, like how to carry himself, his demeanor. He's got it all figured out. But I mean, he's a veteran. He's been in the game for a long time.
Exactly, and he just know how to work his audience. Like some guys know how to keep keep other people there. And I know I know you don't want to talk about it, but these expiring contracts is something that has to be looked at. Like this, on both sides. Some guys from the WWE, they know they made their money. They can go independent like Matt Cardona, or they can do the TNA thing. And it's a lot of things that the WWE he has done that is going to contribute to the future. Now, not to go off course.
Go off course, man. It's all good. Do your thing.
But we're getting ready. You know how people kind of threw in a lot of things about, gave a lot of criticism about LeBron James and Bronny in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're about to see a lot of that with the WWE.
In regard to jumping, like,
the nepotism.
Or what do you mean? Oh, nepotism.
No, the nepotism.
Okay. I got you.
The nepotism. With Charlotte Flair doing what she did. I mean, although that she used her power, she used her political power. On the other side, we have Jey Uso, who just won the men's Royal Rumble. Yeah. Obviously, you don't tell this story long enough for him to still to come up short at WrestleMania. So I'm pretty sure they're going to give him the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to give him the glow and give him the thumbs up to be the champ.
I would be so surprised if they didn't do it.
We can't keep telling the story of Jey Uso almost doing it.
Well, we'll get into that. We can get into that. So
we could, but I'm just saying, like look at their sons or daughters that's growing up. Like Mark Henry's son is on a WWE NIL deal.
Mm-hmm. Is he?
Yeah, Scott Steiner's son.
Yeah, Scott Steiner. Yeah.
Yeah, his son is getting ready to start training. It's a lot of these kids. Like even Eddie Guerrero's daughter, she's expressed that she wants to start a career.
It's like family business. You know what I mean?
You have they're from Texas, the Von Erichs, the next generation Von Erichs.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they were even that was even a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you have Zilla around the corner.
Zilla, ooh, he gets me so hyped.
You got Zilla, and then this is going to be the breakout year for Jacob Fatu.
They're going to strap a rocket on that man.
So the nepotism is coming. The old guard is getting ready to retire, and the new nepo 4th, 5th generation babies are coming.
I'm excited. I love the product. I respect AEW for the product that they have, and then I respect WWE for the product they have. Two different products. AEW's got like the dream matches that's just like nonstop the entire time, and you're just blown away by the.
It's like Super Saiyan. It's like watching Dragon Ball Z.
It's exactly what it's like, an anime fight scene, like John Wick, just like constantly.
But why we should just live for one thrill? Like why we have to live for? They killed. I'm not being such a criticism. They do put on dream matches. I'm not gonna be that person, because I don't want to be that person that make. Because WWE, one thing I can say about WWE, to be on the other side, their matches do go a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
For the much athleticism they do have, it does go a little slow sometimes. The matches do need to pick up a little bit more. That's my only thing. Yeah,
I think that sometimes you can feel it more than others with different matchups. Like I think I felt it with I want to say it was the first. Was it the first? It was either the debut of Raw or the first Saturday Night main event, but it was Jey Uso versus McIntyre. Those two did not pair well, in my opinion, whatsoever. Because it just felt like the pacing was all off on me. And those are both premier wrestlers. And it should not have felt that way. But yeah.
I have a question to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
Because Stone Cold made this comment, and he said when he wrestled, he didn't have that many moves, and he did what worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
Just being a fan, like even with the John Cena, the 5 moves of death, that's what he called it, right? The shoulder, the sit-out powerbomb, 5 knuckle shuffle. Yeah, the 5 moves of death. So, do you think that that's, I don't know, that a steady trend that should continue, or a superstar should have more weapons in their arsenal?
I think it just is a case by case scenario. I love Stone Cold as a wrestler, but we all love Stone Cold because of everything else. You know what I mean? He would talk, the way he would interact with others. You never know what he was going to do. unless you were sure that he was just going to stun everyone around him. But I think it was just his character. And I think that we see a lot of wrestlers with kind of like the same repetitive moves. I love Jey Uso, but I feel like he's one of those wrestlers. He's good. You know what I mean? Like there's more to a wrestler than just what they can do inside the ring. I think one wrestler who seems to be adding more to his repertoire, and that could be a double-edged sword if we've seen in the past, is LA Knight. There always seems to be something that he kind of like one thing that he'll throw in like another month, and you're like, where did that come from? I think he did it Friday night. He had suplexed him and like turned it into a neck breaker off the third turnbuckle. It was wild. I'll have to send you the clip. But he basically was suplexing him where he was going to get suplexed, and it turned into like a reverse neck breaker off the third turnbuckle. It was wild. I was like, where the hell did that come from? But he seems to be adding stuff. But I mean, you add more stuff that you're not familiar with, you add the risk of botching it. And we've seen LA botch a few times. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a high performance sport.
I'm worried about that how he do that elbow drop.
I know every time he does, I'm like, God, there goes his hip a little further to the left.
Yeah.
Just a little further.
Just a little bit. To your point, that is a double-edged sword. It is a double-edged sword, but it's a case-by-case situation. And I think with LA Knight, we're ready for him to turn.
I'm ready for him to be heel. Like, what are we doing with this face LA Knight? Who wants to see this?
But that's the thing. Like, how do you book turns? And most people won't wait for turns after WrestleMania or close to it.
Right.
So when does his turn come? You know, that even with like the person I want to turn the most is not a male. It's actually a female.
Who's that?
And that's Bianca Belair.
Yes, we can talk about Bianca Belair theories.
Like, stop teasing me with this. Let's stop teasing me with this. Go ahead and turn her heel. I want to see her talk her stuff. And like, what Charlotte did, I want to see what Bianca becomes like 10 times. Like the confidence, the true EST, like make me hate you.
Yeah.
But like you at the same time, and I think Bianca can do that.
She just seems like such a sweet girl. It would be so weird to see her be mean. I wonder how good she would be at it.
I don't think it would be forced. I think it's something that would come natural. I think wrestlers be looking to be mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think certain wrestlers just look forward to being mean. Like you got to think about Seth Rollins' best work was when he was a heel. You know, certain wrestlers' best work was when they were heels. When we look forward to seeing them get beat on.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get right into it. The Women's Royal Rumble. I mean, you already know who won. Mm-hmm. That was probably, people are going to fall on the other way of the fence with it. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I'm a little indifferent. I mean, I respect her work, where she comes from, the lineage. I was excited to see Alexa Bliss come back, and then what's her name? TNA Women's.
Jordan Grace.
Yes, she's going to be a monster.
Yeah.
She's going to be a monster.
But how do you book her? Do you book her to go straight main roster, or you book her through the NXT route?
I don't know. I don't see her going NXT. I don't know.
See?
But then again, I know I'm not the one making the calls, but
true.
How would you book her?
I would book her. That's a tough one. I think I would book. It would be hard to book on SmackDown. It'd be easy to book on SmackDown, but it's like, how do you book on SmackDown? Because eventually she has to go against Tiffy. And I'm looking for Tiffy to have at least a 5 to 6 month reign. I'm not trying to see Tiffy lose the title no time soon.
Man, so I don't know how they're going to do that with Flair.
Huh?
I don't know how they're going to do that with Flair.
No, you need to run it back with Rhea.
Yeah. You think she'll do that?
I think you should run it back with Rhea.
Okay. So you think that, she'll go with Rhea? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah. Okay. Was there anybody you were really excited about for the women entrances? Anyone that stuck out to you?
I've been looking for the same thing for the past 10 years and they ain't showed up, and that's AJ Lee.
I feel like she's the rumor like every year.
Every year she's the rumor until AJ Lee shows up. I mean, but for what it was worth, the Women's Royal Rumble actually was solid.
Oh, it was good. It was
really good. I don't have no other than that. Other than AJ Lee not showing up, it wasn't a bad Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought it was pretty.
And that's why I said the Bianca interaction and confrontation, that was one of the highlights for me. Seeing that with Naomi, and I'm like, okay, this is the shit that needs to make you turn heel.
So okay, let's talk Bianca, Naomi, and then the incidental Jade Cargill. I mean, what do you think is going on there? And whoever else may be involved.
I think Bianca did it on her own.
You think so? So you think she did it before the match?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Okay.
Naomi just happened to be a part of it.
Yeah. I wanted to say it was Naomi, but I was like, man, that seems too obvious to say it, but I couldn't. People were saying Charlotte Flair, but I'm like, what's Charlotte Flair's motive? She didn't, but I don't know. It's just different people. But yeah, no, I like the Bianca route. Why do you think that? What do you think Bianca's motive is?
Jay being the next big thing.
Okay. So some jealousy?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not jealousy, but maybe insecurity, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Okay.
Never would we see. I think that's just like the turn of the EST, like the insecurity, because for many moments we've seen where a lot of fans would pop more for Jade on a tag in than they did for Bianca.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things Bianca can work off that, but that's what I'm curious to see. If they go the Naomi route, it doesn't last long. It doesn't, and that's what I look for in the story. I look for some longevity.
Right.
So that's just my thing. Jordan Grace in that pop with Piper Niven, that was a nice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
I think the only other person that picked her up was Bianca Belair for the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Bianca got Nia. She done it to Nia Jax before. She
got Nia, but I think that she had they were beefing because they thought Chelsea and Piper had done in Jade, and so Piper had a match with her. I think she did it. She like picked her up from the turnbuckle and then gave her the KDO.
Bianca, that amazing.
She is a freak athlete, like genetic perfection.
And that's what I want. I'm not hoping that, Angelo and Montez split, but I want to see Montez do work.
Me too.
Montez don't want to, but he did have that singles match, he looked like he struggled just a tad bit.
Montez?
Yeah, he wants to do it, but it looks like he gonna struggle just a little bit.
I mean, it's a completely different world, right? It's like you're not getting those breaks in between. You know what I mean? From a tag match. I mean, I imagine tag teams have a lot more longevity in the game than single competitors.
True, but most guys learn how to break away and reach their own single success. It's the name of the game now. You don't have to be Marty Jannetty.
Yeah. All right. So how do you feel about Flair winning?
I'm not shocked, because when I heard that she was at the training center, I was not shocked. Who else was going to win it for it to make sense?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at. I didn't think they would make Jax come back and do it. It could have possibly been Bianca, but I think we're going to get probably, if we don't see Bianca and Jade now, I think we'll probably see Bianca and Rhea have that at WrestleMania, because I feel like those two. I mean, currently excluding Flair, I think those two are the top of the doghouse in regard to.
But who does the job?
It's going to be heel Bianca. If Bianca goes heel before WrestleMania, then it's going to be heel Bianca. I think
that would set up nice.
Fantasy booking though.
So you would book Charlotte against Tiffy.
I just think that's the route they're going to take. I mean, unless we get the rematch, I'm good with whatever. I mean, I think the match either way will be good. We'll see how.
I just want her to do the job, though. I just want her to do the job for Tiffy.
You're talking about Bianca?
Charlotte. If Charlotte faces Tiffy, I want her to, just like she did for Rhea in California, I want her to do the same thing for Tiffy. Lose to Tiffy.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Ultimately, we'll see. But I don't know Charlotte and how she likes to pull her power. If she choose Tiffy, I don't like that. I would not like that. I was like,
she'll be doing her job as a heel then.
Yeah, she'll definitely do her job as a heel. Like, yeah, I would not be feeling that.
Yeah. Okay, so the only match I didn't watch, coincidentally, was the tag match, because my buddy called me as it was going on, and he told me who won. So I was like, "Damn it, I don't want to watch it now." Montez and the Street Profits came in, is what I heard.
Yeah,
and had a little muck in the fight. Did you like that match? The best 2 out of 3.
It was a nice tag team match. As I said, like I said, I was working, but I saw how DIY caught the first fall. And that was very smart by Johnny Gargano. I like the little fake tag. Ciampa getting the exposed running knee on Alex Shelley.
Yeah.
How did the second fall was made out?
I honestly didn't watch the match. I mean, I know that I honestly did not watch the match. I didn't watch it. I just know that the DIY took it, and then Street Profits had some sort of influence on the match. I'm assuming they probably were going after DIY, but somehow against the Motor City Machine Guns. I didn't watch it. I thought Motor City Machine Guns were going to take it, but this would be good because I think now that if we're going to start showcasing more tag matches, which they should, I'm surprised they don't do much more. But there's just so much star power in that company to begin with that maybe we'll start seeing more tag matches in PLEs and into WrestleMania for sure.
I then you start. They're gonna bring Saturday night's main event and let that play a part. Allow that the stories that's not being told on the Mondays and the Fridays. Kind of have that for Saturday night's main event. So you won't leave people hanging for 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. Is Saturday night main event, is that going to be a regular thing now? Or is that just like a 2-month thing?
I think that's just, I don't know. I think from what it looked like, they were making the money. They drew tickets on Saturdays, so
I think they should do it every other month.
Yeah, I should. I would do it like at least twice a month.
Twice a month?
Twice a month.
Oh,
put it on about weekly. Yeah,
if NBC lets it, Saturday Night Live might be getting mad, but they might just have to scoot over.
What? You want to let them get mad? They gonna do it.
Well, okay. So let's do the Men's Royal Rumble. You say you didn't watch it, but you heard all the people that came back.
I did see the Penta. I saw the highlights. I did see how Penta and Ray started it off. It was a couple, it was a couple mess ups. It was a couple botches. But outside of that, you saw the potential, as I said, in those interactions. You saw that what could happen. Now, in a perfect world, in a dream fantasy world, I would hope Penta could find Ray Hill.
Really?
I think that's what I want. I want to see. I want to see all the old men getting ready to ride the sunset, turn heel.
Yeah, and just kill them off on the end.
Yeah, kill them all off at the end.
Okay.
Just knock them all
thinking
off.
Maybe that they would work together and then he would betray Ray at Backlash, because I think Backlash is in Mexico City. And I think that it'd be a huge pop if he ended up turning on him. I definitely want to see Hill Penta. I love Penta. He actually got me into lucha, like the lucha style.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I always loved the cruiserweight class. Like I love that class, like that weight class.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need a cruiserweight belt or an equivalent to kind of showcase and champion that style of wrestling. But I speak mainly just for lucha wrestlers in general, like the masked lucha wrestlers. I think he was the one that got me into it. There was something dark and sinister about him with, the way he looked. He looks like a villain. He looks like a ghost, like a phantom. Yeah. And so it just is that guy. Like, I'm a metalhead, so that to me was just huge. I'm like, oh, dude, I love this dude. And that Penta driver, oh my God, like it looks so dope.
And he's already running merch. He's already running the merch sales in the company right now. So
I know. I bought myself a mask already.
See, watch it. It does better than Rey Mysterio mask.
Of course. At least for a little bit.
Yeah, at least for a little bit, but that's why I say Tony Khan has to fear that, because when a guy leaves your company and then he goes to the opposition and they're treating him more of a star than he did in your company, your locker room is going to look at that.
Oh yeah. I think Penta's also an exception too. The dude's got talent, and I think that's why, because that's not the first botch that Penta had since being in WWE. I think he had one with Chad Gable. I think he's not used to moving at that slow pace, as you mentioned before.
Exactly.
Triple H wants him to move at a much slower pace. He's always telling him, if you can't go any slower, go slower. And I think Penta's just used to that momentum.
Boom, 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 like a pinball machine.
Yeah. And so I think he has to pause and break his momentum, and that's what probably is happening. But I think he'll adjust, and you certainly have more longevity in the WWE and not breaking himself in AEW for sure.
He was breaking himself.
40s, right?
Yeah, I think he's in his mid to late 40s.
Man, I can't even believe a dude that age can move like that. It's crazy.
They don't want to leave the business, man. They love it too much.
Yeah. So who else were you excited to see or excited to hear come back?
Any surprise, interesting? Penta. I really like how they sowed the seeds. And I think this is me. Maybe I'm guessing. I like how they tried to sell the idea of Roman versus Seth at WrestleMania.
Okay, yeah, I like that. There's a history there.
There's a history there, but also because we got the news that obviously Dwayne ain't gonna make it.
Oh, that come out? Did that pop?
Yeah, Dwayne, and they still have Randy Orton out indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
I mean, I want to see him versus Cody at WrestleMania. Huh?
I said that's a work. There's no way he's out indefinitely.
I just want to see him versus Cody at WrestleMania.
Like heel Randy though, right?
Yeah.
Heel Randy.
But Cody Rhodes is really the heel.
We're gonna get into that. The
internet is spoken, but even in action, okay. Who was I sad? Was I surprised? Nah, I don't think I was surprised.
It was a good match. I think you said it earlier best is that they sewed in some narratives there for us to look forward to, whether that's at Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania or the months following. I think it's going to be interesting watching CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns do something. I think Drew was rumored to get out he left because he was pissed off at somebody.
Yeah, they said something happened. It was a report, but they also said don't believe in the dirt sheet. So, yeah, which one?
McIntyre's always doing some work in regard to like stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like he's always doing something, but that seems a little too real when he was talking about someone because he was upset that the camera wasn't on him whenever he was thrown over the ring, which seems real, but if it was kayfabe, I can't imagine why you'd be upset about that, but I don't know. But yeah, main event. How do you feel about main event, Jey Uso winning?
I was surprised.
Is this the take that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Or were you talking about Cody and KO?
I was surprised. I was surprised at the men's Royal Rumble match and Jey Uso. Rikishi kind of put it like in perspective. No, not Rikishi. Mark Henry put it in a better perspective. Like, this is for the people. The fans ultimately choose Jey Uso. Win, lose, or draw. They're choosing Jey Uso. How did we get him now? Let him win the Royal Rumble. And I think this is where Shawn Michaels needs to get a pat on his back because he's teaching these guys, the old vets, you don't need a title to tell a story.
Right. Or to be relevant.
So
I think Undertaker was probably one of the best examples of that. Like he didn't always hold a title and he was always relevant. But yeah, Jey has certainly been over for, I mean, at least over to the point where like now since last SummerSlam when he wrestled Roman Reigns. Like I feel like that's when he was already over, but I feel like after Roman Reigns, like it was just insane.
We treated him like a true babyface.
Yeah. Yeah.
And normally from this Triple H era, not to be like that, he has somewhat of a struggle booking babyfaces. he has a bit of a struggle booking babyfaces. So for Jey Uso to be organically built into a babyface and learn and be with the fans is refreshing to see. This is why the Bloodline story is so important because everybody thought that story was to help serve just Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
It was never that.
Yeah.
So remember when Roman Reigns became champion, who was his first 2 title defenses against?
I honestly cannot remember.
It was Jey Uso.
Was it really?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he treated him like dog shit. It was bad, and he kept.
And I think when Jey Uso do win, what Big Jim had concerns about when it came to Jey Uso winning the title, eventually happened.
Is Roman coming for him?
No, he's going to act like Roman.
Okay, well, we'll see. I don't think that'll happen. I don't know, but then again, it's wrestling. You can't say never.
You never can say never, but you're going to see Jey Uso turn right in front of your eyes.
Like immediately?
No. It won't happen on some immediate shit. It'll happen. I mean, immediate stuff. It'll happen on like probably about 5 to 6 months after. I don't see him staying the babyface the whole time.
All right. Well, let's get into Cody Rhodes and KO. I was surprised how brutal this match was. I didn't think that it was going to be. I didn't think I was going to wince so much, even though I knew it was a ladder match. I just didn't think anyone was going to take bumps like that.
I know, let alone KO.
Yeah. The way that it ended, I literally said to myself, KO is dead. Like, he's dead. because the way that I don't know if that was purposely. I mean, you watched the match, right?
No, I didn't. I
Oh
was on
my
the road
god!
at this time.
So he did an Alabama slam. Did you see the clip?
Oh, I saw that clip.
I don't even know if that was purposely done with his head in that little slot or not, but I thought he was dead. I mean, not really dead. I was just like, oh my god, bro! Like, yeah, I did not think I was going to
just
see.
to stare with it, just stare with it.
Yeah, I just didn't. I couldn't believe it the entire time. I was eating crawfish and I'm sitting here like every time it happened, like I stood up and I'm like, oh my god, like walking around the kitchen, and it was bad, so bad. So I imagine you thinking. So give me your Cody heel turn thoughts. Does that have anything to do with this match, events leading up to this match? Because you said earlier that you think that, you know, the internet's spoken. Cody truly is a heel. What is making him heel that he has shown us so far in this run?
It was the tag team match with Roman Reigns. Why would you put yourself in family business?
Right. I understand KO's perspective on that completely.
What else? Yeah, when he tried to put it in the KO, and then I don't know, just he did provoke KO into thinking like he wasn't that man, like KO can't snap.
I don't even,
in a sense, instigating Kevin Owens' temper.
Right. I don't even think we've seen a really angry KO yet, except in the ring. But like when he's talking to people, he's pretty calm. He's not going crazy on everybody. But
this part of the story is over, though. This part of the story is over. I just think Cody Rhodes' turn will come probably after WrestleMania.
Okay, who do you think is going to take him? Because I think we established that.
I think CM Punk.
CM Punk. Okay.
It's the only story. It's the only story that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't see Roman or Seth being able to do it. I don't.
Nah. Because they have a story cooking with each other.
Exactly.
And that'd be the only reason why I think CM Punk might not get involved, because I feel like he's kind of roped in with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I think I thought for sure that John Cena was going to win, and that CM Punk was going to take it from John Cena and have everything just close circle around the pipe bomb incident, with how, you know, CM Punk felt as he left and basically dropped the mic, you know, I quit, stuff like that. And that would have been like Cena's, you know, rub to CM Punk, like, you know, this is what you were waiting for. Like, not only did you get your main event, not only did you win your title, but you beat the person that you were mad at, that, you know, Vince was focused on while you were champ. You know what I mean? That's how I thought it was going to go. So I was wrong. But I did think CM Punk was going to win. But after he got eliminated, I thought that's what was going to happen. But got main event.
Me and you on the same boat. I thought CM Punk was going to win, but goes back to what I said before. Is one, these guys all that we spoke of that were eliminated: Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. They're on their way out, and everybody can't win. So, what stories are you really truly trying to tell? So that's where Cody Rhodes and CM Punk make sense.
Yeah.
Because CM Punk is the only one in that situation that has not gone to WrestleMania. So, not going to main event WrestleMania. And then that little confrontation between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk had me believe that, you know what, I can watch this on TV. I can watch this for a pay-per-view.
Yeah. No, that'd be good. CM Punk's one of the best when it comes to hyping up a match. Him, McIntyre, and I think Rollins are pretty good. Like, I really believe everything that they're saying. Yeah. Well, that's what's up, dude. Any other last thoughts on the Rumble?
I'm glad they didn't overbook some of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was long, even with 3 matches or 4 matches. Like, it was like 4.5 hours long.
Yeah. Oh no, the Rumble takes about an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was like, damn, it's still on. This is crazy. Well, I don't want to keep you too late. There's nothing else you want to say about it?
All that I would say is I like the suspense. I'm just glad they didn't choose the old guard. I'm glad the old men are seeing that they're starting to become old men in the game, and they just want to tell these stories without having titles. I mean, there's many different ways to skin a cat, and you don't need a title to show that. So what does that look like moving forward? With a lot more other guys that's willing to let the other guys transition and become champions. You know, do you tell those stories? And some of the best wrestling stories came without a title. I think you have Shawn Michaels in that position now, moving from NXT. I think that's the best thing that could have ever happened to him.
So
And then, Scott D'Amore is running things in NXT.
So what is Shawn Michaels doing now? He's with the main roster now? Did I miss?
Yeah, he with the main roster with Triple H.
Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Okay, right on. You want to get any plugs out before you go? Where can people find you?
This your boy AD Hodge. You can catch me on Instagram at AD Hodge. That's ADHODGE. Again, that's ADHODGE. You can also find that on YouTube. And also, if y'all ever out in Houston and you want to see some good comedy for minorities, come to the Secret Group for the Culture. That's every other Tuesday, normally at the start of the month and the middle of the month. So, right on. And it's free. So I hope to see y'all there.
Right on. Well, I want to say that I admire what you do. The persistence in comedy is not easy. Watching, people do it. And I just have a lot of respect for you guys putting in the craft and putting in the work and grinding. Well, thank you for coming by, AD. Fellow wrestling enthusiast. You're welcome back anytime. And thank y'all for plugging in.